Hey everyone, this is Vida from my name is Vida and you're watching DJTV Vision.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm DJ Titan here with DJTV Vision. Today I'm going to show you how to hook up two Pioneer CDJ 2000s to Traktor via HID mode. Along with me I have my buddy Alec, one of my DJ students that's going to learn with us. First things first is we take our computer. If you have a Mac, you're going to need to aggregate the sound cards. The reason why you're going to want to do that and what that means is use two at the same time. Most Apple computers, when you plug in two items via USB, they only recognize one or the other. You have to physically tell it. First thing we're going to do, take USB cables, take our first one, plug it into the first slot here, take our second one, plug it in the second slot here, get them out of the way there. And before I touch the CD decks, I want to make sure the computer recognizes both of them as one sound card. What a sound card is a USB or other device connected to the computer where your audio is going to go in and out of. In this case, CDJ1 and CDJ2. I go to Audio MIDI. I can either go to my apps folder or I can go to my search function here. Select Audio MIDI, the free application that comes on every single Mac. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a new device. I'm going to create Aggregate device, double click on it to rename it. We're going to name this particular one CDJ 2000 Rack. And right now you can see a list of all the stuff hooked up and our built-in microphone, audio output and input to select. You see in the list as well all of them individually. Built-in microphone, built-in input, built-in output, Pioneer CDJ 2000, another one, yada yada. So what I'm going to do here, I select the rack that I've renamed CDJ 2000 Rack, and I'm going to select both Pioneer CD decks. And that's really about all I have to do. I'm going to go ahead and hit quit. And I'm going to open up Traktor. And now with Traktor, I'm going to use these as MIDI controllers as well as the sound card. I'm not going to put any CDs in, no USB sticks, no time code, none of that. This is just Traktor Pro, not Traktor Scratch. Traktor Scratch, you will need a box, you will need CDs, all that stuff. The reason why I use this is because it eliminates a lot of that, and it's just 2 clicks. Now that I have my CD device, my CD rack activated inside the Apple computer, I only have to do that once. Every time I connect a pair of CDJ 2000s, it will show up. So I'm going to select CDJ 2000 Rack in my pull-down menu in my Traktor preference menu here. CDJ 2000 Rack, and make sure we are in external mode. External mode means I have a separate mixer and each one's going through a separate channel. In this case, I've got channel 1 and 2. The RCA/SPDIF cable is plugged in, and we're going to go ahead and shoot here. Your pull-down menu for deck A and deck B might look a little different than this, or it might look exactly the same. It'll show up as 0, 1 for deck A, 2 and 3 for deck B. I don't know why it names it like that, but that's just how it is. Every once in a while the decks might be swapped, so you show up, you just go in here and switch 0, 1 to be on B and 2 and 3 on A, or vice versa. Right now we're going to test it out to make sure it's complete and ready to go. First thing I do is hit link and hit control mode to select. It's asking me to push to connect to make sure it's with the computer. We're good to go. It says turn selector to choose Traktor. I'm going to turn it just once, and it says select deck. Right now we're on deck A, B, C, or D. I can push it once, a slight delay there to get to B if I want to go back, obviously turn it back. Now that's deck A ready to go. We're going to do the same exact thing over here. I'm going to hit link, I'm going to hit USB MIDI to turn into the MIDI controller, turn the selector to choose Traktor, and instead of deck A I turn it once, just once, and then it goes to deck B. If I go too quick and hit enter, I might select the wrong deck, so you want to make sure you just turn it just once. I've run into that issue before. Now if you take a look here, you can see I can take my encoder. What an encoder is a button and knob, so I can scroll it and then I can push it. And you see here it's moving my playlist right now. That's the default. When you open up Traktor, that's what it's going to do. So I'm going to select a playlist. We'll take a recent gig, I guess, recently added, and I can take any other song. So here I'm going to select Jansen Let's Get Ill Original Remix. Cover art is showing up, the waveform is showing up, the lapse time, time remaining is all showing up, anything we need it to show up. My hotkeys are ready to go, my loop buttons will work. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and press play, and I'm going to wait for some signal to pop up, and I can go ahead and get some volume. So there is my control and my audio coming from this particular deck. Now let's go ahead and go to this other deck over here. I'm going to select another song. This is by Mark Instinct, and it's called Destroyed on Rotten Records, and I can see the cover art, BPM information, everything. As soon as I move this, I can see my BPMs move. Pioneer CDJ 2000 has a couple of buttons and a couple of features here that actually work terrific with this, changing your tempo, plus minus 10, 6, 16, wide up to 100% if you want. This is all without going into the Traktor preference menu, which is excellent. So much easier to do transitions like that. I'll go ahead and hit press play to get some audio out of this and move my crossfader over. Again, cue points, looping, it's all going to work like a MIDI controller. I'm going to press this loop button here, and you're going to watch this turn green. You can see your loop. I'll move it back. I adjust the loop as well. Go back, or make it bigger if I wanted to. I'm going to hit exit out of the loop. I'm going to scroll through. On this particular deck, I want to go to the second drop. Scroll forward, and I'm right there. And then we can start mixing if I wanted to. So I'll come over here, I'll pick up another song. Let's see, let's pick Power by Schism. We can see our BPMs aren't matched. You can use your ear, you can use the number system if you want, you can press sync, whatever floats your boat. I'm not gonna hate on you for choosing what you like. I would invite you to not be boring and actually try and mix it yourself if you can. So that's basically how to use HID mode with the Pioneer CDJ 2000 Nexus. Pioneer also put out the Pioneer CDJ 850, the Pioneer CDJ 400, the Pioneer CDJ 300, or 350, I'm sorry. All of those are compatible with HID mode. The 850 will only work with a couple of versions of Traktor. The latest release, for some reason, isn't working with it. However, again, really easy to hook up. This is exactly why I use it in the clubs, because I don't really have a lot of time sometimes in between DJs to hook up. It's so much faster. One more time, the audio MIDI setup that we did at the beginning, you only have to do once the first time you hook up a pair of decks. Takes 2 seconds either way, it doesn't take a lot of time. I was able to do it the other day in front of somebody at their gig just to help them out, and it worked flawlessly for them for their entire set. That's all I really wanted to walk you through at this point. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll get right back to you.